pretty disappointed, not gonna lie. I had to take off my Austin FC jersey after that performance. As you can tell, I am wearing Texas Longhorns gear. They are about to lose in the Big 12 baseball championship. So, pretty bad day for Central Austin, Central Texas sports. What is up, everyone? My name is Ty Roeder, host of the Verde and Black Show here on YouTube with your in-depth look, analysis, and recap of all things Austin FC. So let's get right into it. I wanted to say the good, bad, and the ugly, but it's really just the bad, the ugly, and the horrendous performance that was Austin FC. First couple minutes, Kolmanic, gets the foul inside the box. To be honest, I'm surprised that was allowed. It honestly looked like the guy tripped over his own feet. And for them not to go into VAR was kind of ridiculous. And let me take a step back. Why in the world is MLS having this game on Tudin, Unamas, and then broadcasting on Twitter? What are we doing? Austin FC, we were in 4th place. Galaxy were in 6th place. It's a big Western Conference showdown. Why is this game only being broadcast in Spanish and live streamed on Twitter? Can you imagine if the NFL, baseball, the NBA was on a Spanish channel only? And Twitter? I get having it on a Spanish channel. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have it on a Spanish channel. I'm just saying for the broader audience, it just doesn't make sense to me. Put it on Apple TV, Amazon, something. So that was frustrating. I ended up watching it on, I have Unamas, and to be honest, I tried watching it with volume. I just couldn't. I really couldn't. The glimpses that I had on, they were talking about Chicharito ad nauseum in Mexico. And to be honest, I just didn't care. I did not care about the Mexican national team or Chicharito. It just felt very one-sided to me, and I feel like that's not what commentary is supposed to be. Granted, if you propagate yourself as that news source, then I completely understand. Like, for instance, I'm not going to be talking about the LA Galaxy on this channel. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So I'll talk about Austin FC, but kind of strange there. So I think Zon Kolmanic got away. I don't really know. Did he get away with one? It looked like the guy tripped, but I mean, Stuver, what a save. What a save. And that would have been real tough, getting going at goal down in the first 3 minutes of the game. And the rest of that first half, it really felt kind of laggy. It didn't seem as if either team wanted to do a whole lot of offense. We definitely had our chances, don't get me wrong. We had our chances. We owned possession. We had 56% of the possession. They had 18 shots, 10 shots on goal. We had 3 shots on goal. So I feel like the action didn't really start until the second half. And I mean, you can't ask for a better start than what Owen Wolff and Fagundes did. I mean, the body feint to fake out as if he was going to pass it. And then basically almost like a toe kick, it looked like, to the upper corner. So that was really good to see. I'm not going to lie, I was pumped. I was ready to go. I was like, we're up 1-0 on LA Galaxy. Let's go and get another. And unfortunately, after that, it was mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. And it just felt like we were making dumb mistakes and we were getting caught out in possession. And it just, you can't do that. And I would like to think that we are going to learn, but I don't know. I was really high on this team, and I've gone through some of the lows, especially with the San Antonio San Antonio match, that was pretty low. But this one stings, especially because they came into Q2 Stadium and beat us 1-0, and we were up 1-0 in the second half. It had all the momentum. All we had to do is, you'd like to think, just put one more away and we could seal it. But I think it also just goes to credit where credit is due. With the LA Galaxy, I mean, they fought back and they capitalized on almost every mistake that we had. Chicharito, granted, I just talked about how I don't want to hear people talk about him when I'm trying to watch an Austin FC game. I get the hype. He is a solid player and he's a solid finisher. And I mean, any MLS team would be lucky to have him. So I'm not really going to go through each goal. We lost 4-1, and I think that it was kind of counterintuitive to talk about every single mistake that Austin FC made because, one, I don't think you guys need a refresher, and two, I don't really want to relive what just occurred. So I'm just going to kind of walk through the lineup and give kind of my take on, player performance. I think that better suits this video. So Stuver, I give him a lot of credit. I don't really see the 4 goals and think that it was a bad goalkeeping performance. I think 3 of them were basically point blank where, he has to cover the entire goal and our defense didn't really help out on him. So I'm fine with Stuver's performance. Nothing there. Gabrielson and Cascante, I don't know. 1 week I think we have it with these two. The next week it just feels really shaky. I think they're our center back duo going forward. There's no question about that for the rest of the season. It's just really inconsistent. And as you can tell, the player performances, I may group some players like Jimenez and Kolmanic. I mean, Kolmanic had a terrible game. That dude, I don't know. I really liked him at the beginning of the season when he was whipping balls in, but it just feels like he's a liability on defense. And he's not really providing much on offense, and you kind of expect that out of, your outside backs. And Jimenez, it's a tough one. I know he's from LA, and Nick Lima typically starts at right back. So I was more disappointed in Kolmanic than I was Jimenez. None of the wings, you have Fagundes and Wolf. I thought Fagundes played fine. I mean, he had the single goal, and he was, his workhorse self that he usually is. And I mean, Wolf looked fantastic. I was kind of bummed when Josh took him off for Ethan Finlay, just because and I get it. He's young and his legs probably aren't able to run, 75 minutes at the pace and caliber that he's capable of doing. And so, churn out 55, 60 minutes of it. But I really liked Fagundes and Wolf. I thought they were 2 of the better players on the field for Austin FC. Today's game. And Driussi didn't really feel like he was creating much. Same with Urruti. Urruti seems to have really solid games and then really poor games where he just doesn't really seem to find his place in the team. And I think we saw that. And, that we brought on Gite. I get the Gite substitution. I was disappointed in Gite. I felt like he came on and the first touch he was offsides. You just got to know better. And I think the second touch is I think he skyrocketed it just over the bar, not even close, maybe not even close to the goal, and he just hit it wide. Or he played a poor pass. My apologies, I'm trying to recollect. And then Felipe came in for Fagundes, which I'm okay with. I think Felipe needs to see more minutes. I'm not a big fan of, and then same thing with Gallagher and Nick Lima. Didn't really see much from Lima. Gallagher, he has speed, but he was not on point when it came to delivering balls. And that's a theme it felt like throughout the game, is we did not have the delivery this game. I know when we were down, I think it was still 2-1, but Driussi had a free kick outside the 18. It was probably about 30 yards out. I don't know why he's trying to shoot from there. He's world class, but we're down 2-1. The likelihood of you scoring from 30 yards out is pretty slim, even for the best players in the world. So that bothers me when players do that, but I get it, I guess. Pereira, I feel like a lot of the talk was, was he going to get a yellow and then potentially miss the next game? We didn't get a single yellow, so that's good. Unfortunately, the yellows still accumulate throughout the season, so they'll still be on yellow watch there. I feel like Pereira's still trying to find his form after that red card. It just hasn't seemed right with him for some reason. So I'm hoping this nice break, international break, will give him some time to recover, and honestly the rest of the team. And then, the last person I want to talk about is Alex Ring. I going back to last season, I didn't see the hype with him, and I know I've said it on some of my videos this season. I just don't think he's a solid player. I really don't, especially in the midfield where you need Driussi and Pereira, yes, solid players. They can have an off game, but they'll still provide the offensive spark that's needed. Even Ring's best days, I'm not ecstatic about his performance. It feels like if he has an awesome game, he still screws up 3 or 4 times that really hurt us, or he just doesn't care about getting back on D, or takes a swipe at a player unnecessarily. And I just don't think I just don't think he should be in the squad. Not gonna lie, I'm really looking for the summer transfer window to get someone to replace Ring. I know it's not gonna happen. I wish it would. And I hate the idea that Wolf has kind of tied himself to Ring as our captain. I don't like that, and I feel like it almost lets Ring do what he wants, when he wants, how he wants, because he knows that the manager, Wolf, has his back. And I just feel like you should earn your spot in the starting 11, and I don't think Ring has. Granted, he's had some timely goals, but if the ball is inside the 18, inside the 6, and you connect and you score, like, you're a professional soccer player. You should be doing that regardless of where you are in your career. Like, I'm not going to give you credit for scoring inside the 18. Like, you're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's your job. So he just hasn't lived up to. He's becoming a Rodney Redes for me. I personally, I would like to see Felipe start for Ring next game. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. If anything, Felipe would probably start over Pereira than he does Ring. But I'd like to give Felipe a chance, and I think Ring. I don't know if he needs a wake up call, but I think him maybe coming off the bench, coming off of. The mentality of, he has a guaranteed spot week in, week out isn't good. If a player's there's no competition for a particular spot, I don't think it brings out the best in them, especially at this level. So we'll see. I know we have the international break, kind of left this on a sour note. But, the end goal, I think, for this season is still in sight, still making the playoffs, getting Q2, as many points at Q2 as we possibly can, and then going from there. So I'm excited to see what we do in the summer transfer window, and then hopefully everyone can get healthy, recover. It'll be exciting to see Owen Wolf being called up to the youth national team. I think he's a rising star, and I think he's living up to a lot of the hype that people are talking about him. So excited to see where Austin FC goes, but definitely a frustrating result. That's all from me, guys. I appreciate the support and the comments. Let's go get him next time. Listos.